Today is a special day in Boxart
history.
Boxart history, Boxart critique.
Because two schmoes in someone's apartment will critique
artists
Boxart
way better than them.
us. Yes, exactly.
We're going to sit down and we're going to go over some of the best.
What are some names we'll be looking at? Akiman.
Bengus.
Nishimura.
All the
All
classics.
the greats.
At Capcom back in the day. Because today is all about...
There it is. There's Woolie's Shroud of Turin. Just give him a minute. Just give him a minute there. You can barely see them, but it's his Street Fighter Snuggie that he tucks himself in late at night.
Hold on, let me get ready.
Get ready.
Let me just... I'm not ready for it yet.
No.
What?
Yeah. That's good enough.
Yeah.
Good enough.
We're coming for you.
So, Street Fighter Boxart, let's do it.
All right. I'm dying. I'm taking this Snuggie off.
Yeah, you should.
Fuck that.
Speaking of dying, we're looking at the first box art of the day.
What better? Where else could we start? Right? There's nowhere else to start but here.
The well-known title Street Fighter.
Okay, so I mean, to be fair,
this was 1988.
Before they knew what they had, before they knew what was going on. Accurate portrayal of Mount Rushmore right next to a Japanese pagoda.
Scarily accurate. I guess this is some type of Pangea country.
The worlds are coming together.
Yeah, I guess so. And I guess they're all brought under the umbrella of the fire god Ryu, crackling with rage.
We all know, of course, the iconic move representing the Street Fighter franchise, jumping medium kick.
Yeah, exactly. I love Ryu's little shoesies. His little booties.
They're pretty cute.
They're very cute.
They're very, like, old-school martial arts, you know? I think they remind me a lot of... like, when I did martial arts training, that's the kind of little things they give you, exactly. And eventually he's like, man, fuck these. I want my toes out.
I need people to see my toes.
I need them to breathe.
Geki. Yeah.
Don't ignore Geki Ninja Force.
Seemingly doing nothing. Can you scroll down a bit?
That's the bottom of the picture.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Because I've seen the bottom half of the picture before elsewhere, and you can see Eagle's hair. He's got black hair. He's
that's
right
true.
There. And that's Joe doing some type of attack to a dough man. I don't know what that is supposed to be that Joe's kicking.
Is it Joe or is it a headless form of an arm and a leg
his neck
that just joins over here, and that's all there is to it? This.
Did someone that made that final fight Boxart? This is the exact same thing.
Exact same thing.
Holy
so if you
shit.
remember that final fight Boxart with the ripped shirt guy standing on the metro train, this is the same shit, except they did it again because this is during that era when they confused both games for each other.
Yeah.
So
it's Street Fighter.
So you're that same guy again.
He's part of the Street Fighter gang.
Yes, and in some of the ads for this, it would say "Let nothing stand in your way" up top here, and then of course you've got
Hanzo Hattori
from Kill Bill as one of the Street Fighter enemies standing in your way,
and Jean-Claude Van Damme with the black mullet just to reuse left. I don't know who that guy's supposed to be.
We got Ludacris over here.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm pretty sure Roman Reigns got paid for his cameo.
Yeah. I like how Mohawk guy on the right is stepping out of reality into this like fourth wall breaking image of where is he? Does he fight in this dimension or that dimension?
Yeah.
You can't pick.
Like just weird British man. That shouldn't be here.
Yeah, James Small.
And honestly, like, again, you know this is the height of the confusion because this is one man fighting a bunch of
it looks like a beat 'em up
gang dudes on the streets, and it's like that's nothing at all what Street Fighter is about.
They're bangers of gangs.
This is not the character select screen.
I don't know. It's close.
And really, if you do get rid of this logo, this does become the main thing.
Who would not understand if you got rid of the logo?
But the real attention grabber is Capcom, giants of the video games
We will
industry.
never not be giants. We will always be on the forefront.
Never forget.
Yeah, Fighting
Yup.
Street!
And notice that if you jump on the eShop, that's the version they decided to port over as well on the Wii.
Now, we can see the villain, Ryu, lackadaisical that he's burning everyone behind him, and also Mount Rushmore as well.
Mount Rushmore had to go.
It's gotta go. Fighting Street is I wish the franchise had adopted that name.
Like,
It's so much better.
If you took away the NEC TurboGrafx 16 and Fighting Street text art here and just put this poster out on the streets, people would be like, Japan is attacking America again.
We have to stop them.
Look at this Japanese man come to take our freedom.
Burning our American ninjas? I think that's supposed to be Mike, although it could be Joe for all I know, the other guy that's getting burnt up.
Not clear. This does look like the accurate Ryu sprite from the game,
It's pretty close. It's not a bad image of him. And this is at least not a total mess. Like, everything Ryu pops out of it, the logo's fine. It's not like the last one where...
Yeah.
I mean, it's still fucking weird.
Yeah.
But, I really feel that you could just replace Ryu with Trogdor and it'd be just about the same.
Oh, man.
Just burninating Mount Rushmore.
Really? He hates those presidents. They gotta go.
Go.
Someone's gotta take him out. Now, hold on a minute.
Hold on a minute.
Wait a minute. You don't know what this is. Do you? This was one of the great PC ports that eventually made its way over.
Because I had a port of Street Fighter 2 on the PC, but I'd never used
multiple
Street Fighter.
PC ports, of course, because there's the Amiga versions and the next tech
There's
ones.
a million. This is a Tandy IBM thing.
This is
Fuck
fucking
it.
like what says Ryu more than Shadow Man with Gi?
You know, what says the heart of family fun than a murderer's shadow in an alley?
And an alley behind a Chinese restaurant.
Yeah.
Where all this fucking steam is coming. You know, right around here, there's just some like General Tao like shavings.
Yeah, exactly. Now, when I think of the Street Fighter World Warrior tournament, I don't think whether you're mean enough is a metric. I don't think you can take a mean build and go into the tournament and expect you for that to coast you through to the semis.
Shadow Lu isn't looking for mean warriors.
Yeah, this is barely box art because this clearly looks like a photo someone took on their lunch break and slapped it onto the fucking template.
Now, but this is, as you can see, media enclosed. This is actually what they used for that one PC version. That being
Liam's
said,
like, what discs?
That being said, Street Fighter is a franchise that has branched from the arcades all over the place, so there's definitely some arcade flyers and marquees that are the closest thing that we can to box art we can include.
Right.
So let's go down the lane and see what we had. If you remember, we often talk about the original Street Fighter Button Basher. That's correct. In which you would have to hit the control pad as hard as the strength of the attack.
For a hard punch.
Right? So you've got
two big rubbers, one for punch,
one's for punching and one's for kicking over here.
That's ridiculous.
And the harder I've never seen it in real life.
I've never seen it either.
The harder you hit it, right?
The difficulty of that cabinet is very bad.
The more force you jammed onto that button, the harder your attack was.
And guess what? They had to replace these cabinets all the time because people would fucking jack that shit up.
Because no one knew that there was only 3 strengths.
They thought there was 7, maybe.
So they would go as hard as they could, thinking it was a test your might machine.
And look at the other machine. Way more standard.
Yes.
But that Ryu side cabinet art has gotta go.
And that's the reason why we're looking at this to begin with.
This is the only image of that ever.
Only place you will ever see this picture of Ryu.
Zoom up a bit on that?
I will try to.
Oh, yeah.
This picture.
Look at the anger, the rage of Japan.
Reaching out and or back. I can't tell if he's foreshortening,
He's running towards us.
if his arm is just shrinking with rage.
It's also nice that the Flash decided to lend his logo for the background of this flyer art.
Clearly. And you can see Ken doing cool moves on this side.
That. It's very, it's very 70s, but it's fun.
Totally, absolutely. That's way cool. And you can see them up here, up top. But this Ryu, just really yelling at you to put your quarters in.
If someone said this is real Street Fighter art, I'd be like, nah. They're like, well, here's an image to prove it. I'm like, no, I don't believe you.
Right? But this wasn't the end.
Oh no!
Of the button basher cabinet.
Okay, there's more.
For some reason, we got everything needs to happen twice.
What the?
So Japan's version of the button basher cabinet, where you can clearly once again see the punch button here.
Why did Japan
and the kick button here?
Art wrong.
Japan had their own version of the art we just saw.
They could just look at the game.
Nah, though. There's no time. There's only time for Crash.
Oh, remember that ancient fucking Shotokan karate move that Goku taught them, the Crash punch?
Alright, so look, man, it took a while to figure out the Shoryuken. It wasn't quite working from the get-go.
The Crash punch.
So, somewhere between Ryu's awkward fist in the air last time and this kind of black people fight the power.
Yeah. Both his arms are a ludicrous length.
It's also, why would you not be looking at whatever you're punching over here? I assume this is supposed to be the button.
I guess he's punching Blanca, because it's like a green,
into a splat.
Pit? I don't know.
Because we gotta get into what is the classic
Roidy Magoo over here.
Street Fighter. Now, here's the thing. Yeah, his veins are kind of out of control, right?
What is his left arm? What is that, a vein? Or he's an action figure and he's got a ball jointed arm.
Yeah.
His left arm. That's fucked up.
I feel like Vince McMahon should be calling out his flexing and his
Ryu.
Yeah.
Wow.
Look at that. Ryu. With 2 ladies on his arms.
Wow. Going out for a night on the town. This looks like Aki-Man to me.
It's probably Aki-Man.
It probably is. He did a lot of the early Street Fighter 2 art, and it's effective, if not terribly inaccurate to the human anatomy.
You see, the thing though is that this is actually part 2. This was the result of some work that was done prior to this, because this is when it dropped. Bam! Street Fighter 2, shitty putty arms. That's your hero, right?
Yeah, exactly.
But everything needs a tease, a reference piece, if you would.
Okay.
So what do you think we could have gotten this art from, or at the very least, what do you think they could have teased? Perhaps a little something like this guy over here.
Is this an ad for Zubaz clothing?
So I'm gonna take a guess.
That looks like he's from Pit Fighter.
I'm gonna just take a wild guess, right?
Yes, please do.
What we have here is coming soon, Street Fighter 2. Not out yet, okay? Yeah. This is the magazine ad flyer, the things that they would sell to they'd give to their arcade owners to get them to order copies of the game. I'm assuming that they had no art at the time this was announced.
They couldn't get any, yeah.
So all they had was the American Capcom offices, and they're like, we know we want Ryu.
Like Seth Killian?
We know we want Ryu to be doing this cool back towards you pose with the headband. But we don't have Aki-Man around yet.
Wow.
He's still working on it.
And it says Capcom, the game manufacturer that brought you the #1 hit of 1990 Final Fight.
So, Seth Killian, how about you go in that closet over there?
Seth Killian was like 9.
And we'll are the equivalent, in Capcom at the time. And we just put this headband on, you rip your sleeves off and take a photo.
And then this fucking, what is this? Fucking hanging with Mr. Cooper background art.
You just
1990s sitcom
absolutely.
Art.
They had nothing but a logo.
So fucked up. I'll turn this off. Yeah!
That's what we're looking for.
This is the best. I love everything about this.
This is comfortable. This makes me feel nice and warm. Brings me right back to where I need to
I remember that time you rolled yourself into a ball and flung yourself at an Asian woman.
It was great. Listen.
You'll never forget that moment.
So, for anyone that was following Ryu as the top billing poster boy of Street Fighter,
get fucking wrecked.
Here, his time is over. Now what do you got? Forget Karate Men. We got Beast Men and Chinese ladies.
Okay.
Street Fighter 2.
There's a myriad of problems here. One, Blanka is behind Ryu in the order of layers here.
That's correct.
That in of itself makes no sense because it's implied here that Ryu got knocked down by the rolling attack, but clearly not. And Blanka has apparently activated a super move because there's shadows.
He's doing a super
now.
before supers existed.
And that kick of Chun-Li has whiffed so hard, it'll never, like that, how did she miscalculate? She was trying to go for a meaty attack and really, really mistimed it.
No, and now she's about to eat ground shave rolling.
Yeah, exactly.
Look, the thing with this kick, too, is that there's no power behind it. Like, it's not at the peak part where
passion
you...
behind
No,
that kick.
It's such a soft little...
Is that trash can tiny? Or is Blanka like a titan?
I think they were going for Blanka being a massive beast creature.
Because look at the size of his head. Blanka is in the background more than Chun-Li.
And his head is her
the
body.
size of her like titties.
Yeah. And the thing is, too, is when Blanka stands up and stretches his arms out in game, he's pretty big.
Yeah.
Right? But I really think they were going for the idea that there's a giant creature beast man, and you need to play this game, because what's that about? When did that happen? I don't remember
also,
that guy.
Notice how Ryu's left foot his toes are hooking around his...
Yeah.
How?
He's wrecked, dude. He's fucking wrecked.
He's a fucking pretzel.
Like, we need to get the Theismann Award to show you the damage going on his wrist right here.
Yeah, like an internal camera.
Ow!
It shows all of his bones breaking or whatever.
They broke quickly.
As many problems as it has, it's
a good render.
amazingly rendered.
The
like
render
so
is
much
great.
detail, and they are really accurately down to the wire.
Look at this calf.
Yeah, like the anatomy
beautiful.
is not too bad, other than the perspective is like all fucked up. And this background is like, what? Is street fighting an alley? Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure, the alley makes no sense. It looks like they're in front of a display set of an alley, but regardless.
What? This game's one-on-one? Don't worry about it. Now, Japan did their own thing.
So this is for the Super Nintendo, Super Famicom.
This is when
port.
it came home.
This is like one of the more classic like images, even though like it didn't really go to America that much.
Yeah.
As when we got Street Fighter Eternal Challenge, where we saw a lot of these.
This is where the geometric shapes were used to create a lot of what we're seeing here. Like our ruler was brought out for Guile's hair.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
The thing with this image that always throws me off, though, every time I see it, is I assume there's an extra character here that is just a weird little Cartman head. And like I always like just think like there's a weird guy making an X face with an O mouth.
I see.
And he's just like, man, and I'm like, what character is that?
He doesn't have that tattoo, does he? The little anvil. I think they just added that for.
Did originally.
Oh yeah.
And then they got rid of it
because it's not needed. He has tons of scars already that like serve the purposes of tattoos.
In his Street Fighter 2 art, Zangief often did actually have the Sailor Anvil.
But Zangief doesn't mind that because having scars helps him remind him that the past was real.
It was, in fact, real.
I hate that picture of Ken. He looks awful.
And of course, Blanka looking more and more...
Okay, did he snap that board with his hands, or did he bite through it? What do you think? Or did he do both?
He's not sure.
Yes! I was, like, jealous of this version of the game, even though, like, it plays terribly on the Genesis, of course, because of the buttons. But I was jealous of how fucking cool this fucking art is. Everything about it is cool.
I always thought that Bison's, like, the airbrushing on his knee shin pad protectors is always really nice.
Yeah.
That's always been cool. However, I was immediately thrown off by, is either he's doing the, like, peaceful Buddha hand gestures, or he's getting ready to grope some Guile titties.
See, Bison's sending mixed messages. I'll hit you with knee press nightmare, but also like peace, bro.
Peace, bro.
Just let it get hit. Just never mind that.
I think Raul Julia's casting was foretold with this head over here.
Yeah.
Because, dude, That's a weird-ass skinny Bison, man.
But he was skinny.
He was, but, like, that's a weirder version of him than usual. Gone is the ruler that
I love
was
that hair. It's
used.
like a realistic depiction of Guile's hair.
Yeah, and it's no longer perfect, right? He's in the middle of a fight and he's getting knocked through boxes.
Yeah, exactly, like on Guile's stage when he gets smashed through the boxes. Like, an attention to detail there.
Yeah. A little orange trim to Bison's uniform
odd.
that never got used.
Don't really remember that happening. I love how he's getting hit out of a sonic boom.
Yes, so you get to see the startup of the boom.
Fucking
That was
cool.
awesome. That was really cool because it's a frame of a sprite that you never really noticed back then because of how fast it was.
Like, I like all the box arts that we'll see that's done in this style. Like, there's at least, 3 of them?
There's 3.
And every time I saw them, I was like, oh, cool.
And it was always moving forward the timeline in a way where it's like different characters, different stage.
Yeah. Like, it wouldn't just always have Ryu on the box or
Yeah,
something.
but the same perspective too. So this is the same perspective as the Chun-Li versus Blanca Street Fighter 2 box that we saw.
Right.
But yeah, fuck that 3-button version.
Didn't they come out with the 6-button Sega Genesis controller just for this?
Yep.
Because people were like, no,
Yep.
I can't do this anymore on the 3-button.
It was the worst.
Okay.
And then we had Special Champion Edition, Street Fighter 2 Dash.
Mega Drive.
Right.
This is one that always mystified me in the background. Like, I don't quite know what's happening. Bison is the moon. Psycho Power is the moon. Is that the Earth?
So this was like, again, since this was Championship Edition when the bosses were playable, this was after the reveal that the bosses were even in the game. Right, no one knew about their existence.
Yeah, because they weren't advertising it. Well, they might be advertising the back of the box when they say like 4 secret fights or something, but other than that, like, you wouldn't really know.
And so here you get to see the original Bison cross hand pose.
Yeah, that's true.
Right. The thing with it though that I always hated about this was just the way the veins looked on his hands. Like
it's creepy. It's like weird Skeletor hands, kind of.
Yeah, they look way too skeletal, and they like actually like. They detract a bit too much from his face, which is also barely human, but it looks evil as fuck, though.
Barely human. Please zoom in on Ryu's face, since we're talking about barely human. What is that?
So this is awesome.
I believe this is your favorite depiction of Sagat ever.
Yes.
Where he's fucking Benjamin Button.
Old Benjamin Button.
He doesn't quite look old.
Right.
But he's also really gross and old.
Also like the 100 hand slap, iconic move at this point in time.
Yeah. Because everyone could do it.
Everyone could do it. No one had problems.
And I love how E Honda's also jutting forward. If you look at his top knot, he's zooming forward somehow.
Like his move does in Turbo.
In Turbo,
because they
hold forward.
Exactly,
right?
So they had all that going on, and then this is the box art of secrets. Secrets. Do you see it? Do you see the secret?
What is that? What? Whose body is that?
Dawson is teleporting in the middle of the fight.
Are you serious?
Yes. He's been there the entire time. Secret Dawson, because this is the move. This is the game where he learned how to teleport. Dude, that's
I do see
you've
it.
never.
Yeah.
Look.
Is that his knees? Because he's.
This is his knees going up over here.
Oh, if only Turbo wasn't there, you could. Oh no, you can see between the
This
R,
is his. Yeah.
R of Turbo and Street Fighter.
Exactly.
You can see the
That's
top
his
of
shoulder.
overhead.
That's one arm. He's doing the yoga hand.
That's fucked
That's
up.
his other hand.
Oh, you're drawing weird penises all over.
And then that's his head, and he's going
That's
yoga.
Crazy. Did you always know about
Always
this?
knew about it. Always knew about it.
That's creepy. Oh my god. Why is fucking Sagat's arm wraps just that one's just a full sock?
It is.
It's not a wrap
It's
at
not
all.
a wrap. That's true.
That's annoying.
Yeah.
I hate Sagat's face.
I love it. I
He
love
looks like
everything
fucking
about
like
it.
Matlock or Walter Matthau. It's fucking weird.
Oh god, it's
That's
perfect.
not the Emperor of Muay
And he would go on to age further.
yeah, or get younger. I don't know.
Oh man, yeah, this box art was great. And again, the hidden fucking Dawson. Hyper fighting, of course.
Of course, Ryu spontaneously combusting. He can't even do that in the game.
He's just
He's okay with it.
Yeah, before Satsui no Hado, it was just fire.
Draw little dog ears on him and write him saying a bubble saying this is fine.
This is exactly what I wanted. Everything's okay.
Turbo is stupid because you can barely read it.
But Dash, though.
Dash Turbo.
Dash.
I hate that.
Anyway, and it's apostrophe. Japan doesn't know. Don't tell them.
Yeah, that's true.
It's too late now. They've committed to it.
Street Fighter 2 Dash Turbo Hyper Fighting Capcom.
That's all you need to know. But again, throw back to the original Ryu image with his back turned towards you.
Yeah, it happens a lot.
But now the fire is real.
Yeah, and now he's completely fine with
Self-immolated Ryu.
Yeah.
This was one of my favorites.
Really?
I really liked this, and I got super salty. And let's see if you can remember why. Because this came out, and I just liked... This was the beginning, to me, of Street Fighter hubris, right? Well, this is one of the first times where we're like, you know what it is already. We're just gonna hint
at
the new challengers, right? Also, I liked it because this was Street Fighter busting through the brick wall like the first game did when Joe punched open the wall. So I thought it was really cool that it threw back to that, but also showed the new challengers.
The Super Nintendo version's Boxart is just the logo since it was a horizontal configuration, right?
And that's where we fucking go. We had no cool silhouette on the wall because of the format of the Super Nintendo box, and I'm mad salty because the Genesis got a way better version.
Now, to be fair, you just turn over the back of the box and it'll tell you that there's new characters.
Yes.
But yeah, you don't get the silhouettes. Although, I mean, there are new characters, so the silhouettes are like, oh, I wonder who these people are. But the game was out in arcades anyway, so you might have known, depending if you're an arcade rat or not. But yeah, no, those are
good silhouettes. They show you that you've got four completely different types of characters coming.
The new challengers are staring at a brick wall. Let's actually kayfabe. Hey, my Chinese and British and Jamaican friend, says T-Hawk. Let's stare at this brick wall until something happens. And a giant steel logo like fucking Kool-Aid Man comes careening through. One of those errant bricks might hit DJ in the head, and I feel bad.
No, here's what I see. I say they got their back to the wall, and a flash of a camera photo or spotlight is on them.
Wow.
They're looking the other way.
Being spun.
And behind them, the word Street Fighter 2, Super Street Fighter 2 comes blasting through. And they didn't have to, but they rendered the shit out of those bricks, dude.
They really did.
Look, you got the mortar.
Even the text Street Fighter 2 has all these little little sunspots to show that it looks like it's made of licorice, perhaps.
No, man, these bricks were laid. They have.
And then that asshole logo has to come destroying it all.
Right.
Oh, my precious wall! What have you done to it, Super Street Fighter 2?
Can't blame Joe or Cody this time. It's just the logo itself.
Maybe they threw the logo through the fucking brick wall.
Okay.
What the fuck is this?
Alright, look.
No.
They're not all gonna be gold.
Wait, no, never mind. This is awesome.
Especially when you got Game Tech taking care of their own version of things.
Taking care of business.
Alright, so the world is on fire.
Yeah.
Why? Because Shadowloo's done, but Akuma has come.
Yeah.
And Akuma, the fucking onion knight.
Cro-Magnon.
the weird fucking leak head.
It's so bad.
Looks like a Gantz alien.
And of course we have the black Aoton DJ coming from behind the walls
to remind humanity, the cruelest reminder that humanity has no rhythm.
Hey, you like this movie voice, you ain't got no rhythm, man.
Yeah.
Oh man.
No.
Yeah, the world. Okay. All right. What is the space between the explosion fire and T-Hawk's arm? What is that space that occupies it? Is that supposed to be Akuma's musculature?
This is supposed to be, again, the weird melting leak puppy alien man that is Akuma. This is supposed to be one of his muscles happening here. He's just rendered completely differently. Where does his hairline begin? Where does it end? What
now, I do remember there was an early drawing of Akuma, from Japan, that kind of looked like this, but this is warped way more than so. Okay, is it a clear sky, or is there a lightning storm going on? The left and right halves of the sky
Sunny days.
paint a different tale.
Storms ahead. Look, man. There's no time for that because
Why
Blanca's doing his jumping hard kick,
So
and Chun-Li's
funny.
doing that super she got from Marvel vs. Capcom, where she just flies at you.
Chun-Li's legs are terrible. She's like a little person. What the fuck?
But the shadow and the glow implies that she's actually jumping backwards. So she's jumping out of the fight.
And fucking Cammy's just like, I love the cavalry's here.
Everything is lies.
Especially these explosions and these elder gods that are emanating from the clouds behind us.
There's too much
Oh
happening.
man, I'm so glad I saw
There's
this.
too much happening.
So this is Game Tech, but Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo only came out on the fucking 3DO at the time.
There was
So
a PC
you
version.
know what this is?
The PC version, yep.
Oh, there was a PC port. I forgot about it.
The first time I got to play.
Oh shit! Wow, what a result!
Yeah. Now it's important that we acknowledge that because you saw this as a thumbnail and you just went, "What's happening here?"
Why is this the Super Famicom version of Super Street Fighter 2? But why is it the key art that's on the VHS tape for Street Fighter the animated movie? This must be a mistake.
It's not a mistake. This is right when Capcom was in the middle of when they watched the animated movie and they became obsessed with it, and then they put all their efforts into making Street Fighter Alpha based on how good the animated movie was.
They love those.
They freaked out super hard, right?
Wasn't that the only reason they really went for Street Fighter Alpha is because of how Ryu and Ken were depicted when they were young and training in the movie?
Exactly. So they and so right at the height of their obsession, they just went, "Fuck it, we're making a Famicom port of Super. Let's just take that art and put the new challengers from it."
And the portrait art for Super Street Fighter, all the characters look a lot like how they're depicted in the animated movie.
Exactly.
Wow.
So this was just in the height of their obsession with that movie, and they're like, "We're using it. You can't stop us. We hope no one notices."
So Ryu, angry at Buddha,
of course,
has decided to kick its face off and use his Zubaz lightning kick to destroy it, where the new challengers are kind of just shoveled off to the bottom fucking right for one reason. I'll be honest, this is a terribly composed image, I think.
Yeah, I mean, this art with Ryu kicking is originally not supposed to include them there, if I remember correctly. It's just him kicking, and then it's a Street Fighter 2, the animated movie.
Yeah, I think so. I can't remember.
They threw in I'm pretty sure they threw in this new challengers art just to, show them off or whatever. But whatever, man. Appreciate Bryan Cranston over here.
Always appreciate fucking Bryan Cranston, who voiced Fei Long in the animated
Never
movie.
forget.
Blow my fucking mind out of my ass.
Factoids, kids. Factoids.
Jesus
we
Christ.
got those. Let's take a closer look. This is just, again, this is Akuma art. This is the first Akuma art that this was always obscured in shadow.
Yeah.
And then they colored it in, so we got to take a good look at him when they dropped it on the 3DO.
Oh, and some asshole ripped the box art to show that it says Panasonic underneath that.
That's it. Like, all I'm on this art here is, one, what's with the fucking background, guys? Like,
yeah, let's get the texture of, like, fucking Shin Gojira.
Yeah.
And, like, his burnt skin texture. And that is a texture in Photoshop 1.
They had 3 or 4 of these to choose from, and the others were too festive and birthday-like.
Best one.
So they're like, this one says
I
evil.
wish it was birthday clip art.
Yeah,
I wish it was like a little birthday cake.
Little party hats and balloons, and they're like, no, we can't use that, so let's go with the one that looks evil, I guess.
That being said, for any like art advertising Turbo, you might as well just have Akuma on it because he was the newest feature, and you gotta put it like, you can't just, you already did like, hey, the new challengers art for the Super Street Fighter art, and so this is Akuma. When I saw this art at a mom and pop's rental store, and I was like, that's awesome at the time. You really have a thing with his hairline,
dude. It's so unclear. It's so unclear. Like, it's here, but it's really just his skin.
It's hair antlers.
It's just
not even hair.
It's just weird that they didn't draw it in.
I wish they had a little question mark and he was saying sauce.
Yeah.
Oh well.
This is Turbo Revival. This was a lot of good new art they made for this version of the game.
Composed terribly.
That's really, really wasted in this composition.
It's stupid.
Exactly.
Actually.
It's annoying, really, when you get down to it.
It's annoying because it's sick art of everyone. It's like one of our favorite features of Turbo Revival. And it's just, like, Dowson's barely in it, and, like, everyone on the fucking extreme left is barely in it. But it's just like, it's just a fucking mess, really.
It sucks that they fucking did that, you know? It's like, instead of focusing on a nice piece, they just threw it all in there, as a marketing firm is wont to do.
Yeah.
You know, Paul's firm. Anyway, it's time we got on to real important business
now
here.
It's time we get to true lovemaking.
Okay, so we all remember the Blanca that we saw before that was attacking Chun-Li, but what happened brief moments before Ryu got knocked the fuck out?
Zoom that in a bit.
Well,
the key art there.
The Street Fighter pinball machine has answers for you, my
Does
friends.
it?
Because this is the same brick alleyway that fight took place in.
That has 37 million lamps.
But what you did not see if the camera rotated ever so slightly the other way, 90 degrees, is Ryu fighting Ken. So Ken was the one that knocked Ryu
Ken?
out.
I thought that was Blanca. Ken's on the right. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So that was happening, and Ken was the one that knocked him out. So then Blanca rolled, and then Tila Tequila over here turned around to try
Tila Tequila, of course, nonplussed that her boob job went horribly.
Really wet south. You gotta, of course, include the fact that this was truly a six-way battle because the car wanted a piece.
Yeah. And of course, the car's psychic energy linked to reality.
Being controlled by an M. Bison.
If you break the car, the world gets torn asunder around Blanca, shattering everything everyone's ever known.
Yes, Blanca is electrocuting life itself at the moment. And again, Bison oversees as he faps from his chair.
To this car porn.
This is exactly what's happening here.
Eat my ass, Gottlieb.
Yeah.
This might be, like, this is close to the nice render you saw in the Super Nintendo Genesis box arts, but it's, like, way, way worse in every way. Like, and I hate to see this cab in person.
But the fucked up thing is, like, I have nothing but love for pinball adaptations of, like, games,
fighting
and
games,
movies and dumb shit. Yeah. But I fucking hate Pachinko.
Yeah.
And Pachinko is the one that ends up taking all the money, and it sucks. We're not done yet. You need to appreciate the side of the Gottlieb cab.
God, it looks like a Space Invaders, like, side art.
Dude.
That is the cutest Bison ever.
Dude.
Look at him. He looks like a lovable scamp that's like, oh, I did it again.
This is like those Kaneda shirts that came out.
Yeah.
The cutest little Bison. Look at him.
He's loving it.
Adorbs. He should be next to Hello Kitty. Okay, we move forward.
Okay, never mind. I used to say this was the worst or this is rough. This might be the worst art ever made by a human.
Okay, alright, so...
I think some animals have made better art.
Like, ignore the fact that everyone's melting for a moment. Ignore the fact that Charlie's emaciated and that his hair doesn't look anything like it should. Or that Rose is just about to off herself.
Throw herself off the fucking Roman Colosseum.
Right. This actively ruins Bruce Lee for me because this is where he fought Chuck Norris.
Ah.
And this is the stage they had in the game to throw homage to that. And they just poo-pooed on everything.
Okay.
Ignore the water that is just spontaneously crashing around.
No, see, it was ahead of its time. It used the Street Fighter Cross Tekken water motif beforehand. Now, this watery gas that Bison is emanating from his mouth, I suppose, why is his head so truncated? You hate truncated.
It's really annoying.
Why? And it's kind of splashing down, but it then kind of turns into like a satin sheet.
Yeah.
Down. And why is the Heaven logo on the floor?
Okay, so here's your answers.
No.
The reason
I don't want
why
him.
Street Fighter Alpha Warrior's Dreams is
You're not saying this is a dream, is it?
I'm saying the reason why is because in Street Fighter Alpha 1, Bison and Akuma were hidden characters. They were not selectable.
True. You can only get them in like random select.
You had to do the code.
You had to do a code.
And the code on random select gave you an extra moment to pick them. And Dan was hidden as well. So
Where's Dan at?
Yeah. Dan is the spirit of Dan is this box.
yeah. I love let's place Ken in front of Alpha.
Yeah, but I do like the Street Fighter Alpha logo.
Okay, hey, I have another question. Charlie cast in shadow, Chun-Li impervious to shadow.
Yeah.
The fucking shadow makes him darker, but Chun-Li, her skin is like, man.
We don't have to stop.
Fuck that.
I mean, I was gonna let it slide, but it's like, if you want to get into it, all right, Charlie's shadows going here, Charlie's shadows are going here. Actually, they're going in two directions, really. Rose is going this way, and Ryu's is going this way. This doesn't
Ken
count.
doesn't have one.
No, and then the actual arch itself has a shadow going this way. So the light source is somewhere between here and here. That's essentially what's happening. So it all makes sense, really.
And I really hated this Boxer, especially at the time, because I was having none of Street Fighter Alpha 1. I hated that game when it came out initially. I was like, I think I told you this. I was turning my nose up at Street Fighter at this time. I was like, oh yeah, you guys are trying again, huh? Oh, not Street Fighter 3? Oh yeah, good luck with that, losers. And then it actually took me to play a bunch of Street Fighter Alpha 2 for me to really care. So and Street Fighter Alpha 3, ironically, is one of my favorite Street Fighters.
So I got way...
This one
I
hated.
No, dude, for good reason. I got way into this. However, I immediately stopped when someone jumped in on me with Ken, did a jumping hard kick, crouching fierce into Shoryuken, and it did 70% of my life.
Yeah, 70% of my life.
This, however...
This is what Japan got.
Is beautiful.
Fucking... What would you have preferred? Would you have preferred for it to be called Street Fighter Zero or Alpha?
I prefer Zero because it numbers it.
Because it also uses the comic book convention of calling pre-issues number 0 as well.
And whereas a lot of people need an explanation for where Alpha fits into the timeline, Zero does not.
Because Alpha is also kind of a connotation for the very, very start.
Exactly.
You're in an Alpha, so you're not
Alpha replaces Street Fighter, the original game. But I think Street Fighter Zero.
And I believe this is because Bengus was all over the Alpha series, did a lot. I believe this might be him, or I might be incorrect, but I always thought this image was fucking awesome.
It's the best.
Yeah.
Ken has never looked more Bishi.
Yeah, exactly.
Look at that pretty motherfucker. Yeah. Miliardo Peacecraft himself.
Ryu looks cool, and the back-to-back. It does maybe seem like this could be a beat-em-up box art. This is a standard beat-em-up box art pose. The only thing is that, there's a lot of red, especially with the background. It's kind of bleeding over into a lot of things.
Yeah, and again,
it's not a deal breaker.
It was intentional, style at the time, all that jazz. But I fucking love it. It's great. This too is an underappreciated version of
I've
a cover.
Seen this rarely.
Yeah, so this was This was more of an arcade flyer, but this was showing off Chun-Li and Rose.
What's the best type of sound? It's Q sound.
Put your quarters in.
Chun-Li looks
Street
a little
Fighter.
off her facial features.
Because we're going back to the geometric style again, and Akiman from time to time will do these weird box kind of colored figures, but I still do like this overall.
I really like this the kind of paintbrush effect around them, or it's a scratch card and you're scratching away the image
to
through
reveal.
the whites.
Yeah, exactly.
I think that's cool.
Hey guys,
Rose looks awesome.
We really like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Did you know?
Yeah.
Did you know?
Lisa, who? No, this is Rosa Rose.
The Hamon? No? Okay. These fucking box.
Best.
This is the box. There's nothing. I made sure
this was standardized. This was on the PlayStation standard versions and even the Super Nintendo version. They were like, nah, man, this is the fucking image to use.
Yeah, there eventually was some alts, and there was the Street Fighter 2 Gold, Alpha 2 Gold and stuff.
That's true.
But I made sure to find the cleanest version of this image possible.
Yeah, none of that information to cloud it up.
This fucking rules, man. Because it's like, what do you need to know? This is everything you need to know. And hey, we got new characters too, don't worry about it.
The only thing is I kind of feel it wouldn't have been a major, like, anything to actually had centered the Street Fighter Alpha 2 logo in the bottom, like, center, rather than have it off to the side. You're not really hiding anything by putting it in the center bottom. Being off to the side is kind of like, yeah, it's fine. It's not a... yeah. Because he's actually looking at a demon's face, so it makes sense. Yeah.
All right.
Good old Zod.
All right.
Yeah.
Done.
I find it weird that they decided to put Sakura in there, not because she's not an important storyline character per se. Not that she doesn't belong there, she's a new character, so it makes sense.
You gotta hint that Casca's part of the story, too.
Yeah, she looks like Casca in that shot, it's true.
Then we get into this piece here.
Yeah.
I enjoyed the fact that Zangief finally got top billing.
I was about to say, I really enjoy the fact that Zangief finally is like the center figure of Alpha 3. Plus it makes sense, because he was... no, wait, he was in Alpha 2. Zangief was a new character in Alpha 3.
He was a new character in Alpha 2, that's correct. But,
So, yeah,
he didn't get top billing.
No, he didn't at all. I like the Street Fighter Alpha 3 logo. I don't... Like, because they didn't want to make it like the same logo as last time, just add a 3. But I don't like the torn thing. I don't like Fighter's Edge. And I know Capcom was pushing Fighter's Edge really hard at the time.
Like, I was going to say, you can't push any harder than literally making it the background pattern.
Yeah.
Fighter's Edge. Did you sign up for the Fighter's Edge?
Now, my actual beef with this is that I'd be fine with Zangief just being on the cover and someone else being behind him or whatever. The real shame is that this torn blue piece of paper behind him, that actual full art, Zangief doesn't belong there. He's superimposed on top of it. That actual full art is amazing, and you don't get to see all the cool characters and everyone behind there.
Yeah.
You can see Cody's arm behind Ryu's head there, but it's all hidden and everything.
Little
I would have
handcuff.
preferred them to just use that awesome piece of art and or on another version. So that's kind of a shame.
That is the downside. We could have gotten more art out of this.
See a bit of Cam. You see Karen right behind Zangief.
There.
It's all hidden and shit. The dolls are right in the middle too. It's a shame, but
Still, all in all, though,
not bad.
Good piece, and I like the new logo. That's a very distinct Street Fighter Alpha logo.
Street Fighter Alpha 3.
Yeah, everyone remembers that shit, man. This is what I want to take a look at, because this was the image used on the back of the box.
Like the back of the box or the inside of the jacket?
Possibly as that as well.
But
if not,
look at all the new we have in this game, image.
This could have been the cover as well.
Plus, it goes back again to blonde dude punching through the wall of reality. I guess.
Right, exactly.
It's like Cody's punching through art of the other characters,
and it's not. There's not the Geef piece was good too, man. But this is fucking cool.
I think for emphasizing, hey, new game, new stuff, new characters. This is an overall more effective. Look at all this new shit. Who the fuck is this girl? Who's that? Oh shit, Blanca's back. Oh damn. I love that Blanca is just gnawing on Mika's arm. And she's not that angry. She's like, oh, well, okay.
Yeah, alright.
Okay.
I guess I'll sell this.
I'll sell this illegal bite.
Yeah.
I'm gonna whack him with the fucking ring bell.
Yeah. And notice that Cody does... Oh, no, wait. He does have the handcuff on there. For a second, it looked like he didn't, and I was like, get fucking worried.
Yeah, I get super worried. Cody's fucking god tier without the fucking handcuffs. I love how Cody barely cares.
He's like, yeah, walls, whatever.
I crush that shit all the time.
Now, the good news, though, is that you can get a better look at that piece you enjoyed.
Yeah, there's even more that's being obscured here, but yeah, you get... there's a lot going on, but since it's all the same kind of color, it's not too. And Ryu's kind of the focus, which I guess is a little blasé, and maybe it would be better to have a new character. So that that's what they thought and put Zangief over.
Yeah, so they took this, they stripped it down, and then they threw the Geef over.
But this is specifically for the home version, cause Fei Long and he wasn't in the arcade version.
Yeah, that's true.
T-Hawk as well. T-Hawk's in the top right.
That is true. This is the
Top
PlayStation
left,
version.
rather, so. Yeah, like, this is I guess it's the Japanese PlayStation version of it, and, like, I kind of wish that this is the one they chose. Yep, don't look, Liam.
Alright. So this was...
Ooh.
This is some art that hasn't been seen often.
I think I might have seen this once, but I barely remember it.
This was for Street Fighter Upper. This was, when they ported it. Exactly.
The amazing GBA port of Street Fighter Alpha 3. That shouldn't be as good as it is.
Yeah, and this fucking piece rocked, because what do you see immediately?
I see fucking Mackie.
Damn straight you do.
God, that's as close as Mackie
And
will
right
ever
behind
get.
her, you got Yun. And then right underneath that,
got Eagle.
fucking Eagle, man.
Oh, that's cool.
So you immediately know, yo, this is some serious new shit.
Yeah, I really like that fucking arrow on the 3 of Alpha.
Yeah, Upper.
Like Upper makes that's so Japanese.
Yeah.
Big shout downs to why is Alpha Ryu wearing a red headband?
That's a fuck up.
Fuck you.
That's a fuck up.
I watched the Boxart good. It's a fuck up.
He made a mistake.
And he looks youngish too, which is weird as well.
Sometimes Bengus makes mistakes.
Yeah, this does strike me as like Bengus going, "Hey, let me try doing some different stuff here." But yeah, this is pretty cool art. But like, I could definitely see everyone in Capcom USA going, nah, this is way too Japanese and artsy. Gotta get our Photoshop 2.0 guys on this case to fucking give us some proper American box art.
This is still the 90s, man, so, you know.
I know GBA 2001.
Copyright 1998.
The GBA came out.
You're right, 2002. Yeah, you're right.
It was a good system. Fuck you.
This
is for again another for matching service.
There you
but
go.
this art was in the the inside jacket of not the inside jacket, but inside the jewel case of Alpha 3 for PlayStation 1. This was on the inside of where you put the disc in, so you couldn't remove it.
It wasn't the Cody punching the wall art?
No. Like, I'm not being super clear. The inside of the jack of the instruction booklet was.
Yes, okay.
But I'm talking about when you put the disc behind the plastic.
Yeah.
This was imprinted,
right
so
there.
you could never.
Yep.
But you saw it through the plastic.
They had so much art to use, dude.
Yeah, so much to.
There's
use.
not much to say about this one besides it's fucking cool.
It's awesome. It's like a really sick depiction.
It's dynamic. You got you feel the kick. You know what I mean? Like, it's not the problem that we had with the Chun-Li kick from Street Fighter 2's box art. It's like,
he's clearly
that's in motion, you know?
Going to whack Bison in his face holes.
Psycho power, all that shit, man. And he's got the cape. Everything's powerful.
And it's for matching service, so you know it's good.
You know it's good. Low angle, by the way.
Yeah.
Low angle.
Like the cameraman just got knocked down. He's like, oh, I gotta get this kick before it happens.
Yeah. Fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Even though they're fighting in the sky.
It's fine.
Apologies on the quality of this one.
What? I didn't even know that the Saturn got a port.
But there was a Saturn port as well, and I tried my best. I tried my best, and this is fine art. There's nothing wrong here. I love how Armika is happy about her
stretching
out
the belt.
That's really fun. But the reason why I like this art is because for some reason it just pits the classic battle between Ryu and Cody as the main deal.
Well,
and I don't know why.
It's the most powerful Street Fighter character of all time fighting Ryu. So
this, I needed to get it in there.
Yeah,
because,
you just need it. I love Capcom Secret Files.
Capcom Secret Files came with the arcade versions, and this was the first reveal of Nadeshiko Yamato, aka Armika's partner, who showed up in Street Fighter V.
Right.
And this was a wrestling magazine style thing. Promo.
Secret file arts are just like fun little they're all over Eternal Challenger. Like, here's a secret file art of Ryu washing his clothes or whatever, and they're just fun little illustrations.
Exactly.
Like for newsletters and Capcom Club members in Japan and stuff like that.
So, what better place than here?
What better time than now?
Street Fighter EX Secret Files included Shit like this.
This is in vogue now. Marvel's doing a lot of these variant covers of, like, Marvel Legends action figures.
Having fun with it.
Yeah. And, like, this one is, like, way ahead of its time.
So this is before Photoshop right-click and blending options to get
Bazooka shoots.
Yeah. Because you really just look and you're like, you just dropped a bevel on him to get this shading.
I didn't know Skullomania had a real name.
Yeah, he's a salaryman.
Yeah, it was where that I love how it's also the street, like, this looks like the packaging for the shitty G.I. Joe figures as well.
Yeah.
Like, the way that Street Fighters are in right there. The Street Fighter EX from the new 3D game.
Bazooka
Mental
shots.
ages! You can be whatever age, but the mental age of this figure is 8 and under.
8 and under. That's what's needed.
That's great.
This was we're turning into 3D.
Bad 3D.
And this worked because of the box style that he likes to draw anyway. So so here you get it. It's actually happening, and I always like this
so
art.
Weird. Is that magnifying glass showing that there's weird 3D viruses that are turning people to 3D?
Yeah, the 3D polygons are infecting the sprite world, making everybody sick. But like, while the Street Fighters are horrified at it, Zangief can't be fucking loving it enough.
Guile's unsure. Guile's looking at his polygon knees, and he's like, I don't know about this shit.
Yeah.
And Dr. Dark's like, tiens, petit polygons pour toi.
His eyes are fucking creepy, man.
A little bit. This is probably the most high concept
There's a lot
thing
going on.
ever for an ad for like, hey, we're moving to 3D. Why don't we have them physically like fucking turning to polygons? Like, isn't that horrifying?
Because the secret file storyline is that these aliens are abducting the Street Fighters, and Skullomania, Dr. Skullomania is putting them through and converting them into
progress
to convert them into 3D.
Into ugly, oh god!
Right? And he also wants everyone to be a Scullo. So you got this. You love this. You're gonna put this art in here?
Yes.
Fuck that.
I love Cammy Skullomania.
It's great. Everything is great here. The only thing I just want to point out is the amazingness that is his console that uses Street Fighter buttons.
Yeah, kind of.
To work.
So you can't really see him. There's like a little bit more of this art, but like Ryu's fucking dickholes areas is masked by Turok fog.
Yes.
For whatever reason. And
tactical fog.
Tactical fog. Skullmania's like, oh, we can't have that. Erase your junk with my kryptonite fog. Chun-Li is also super cute.
And you've got
she has Ryu's costume ready for him.
Yeah, that's true.
Cool.
And you've got the giant skull here just breaking through the walls.
It kind of looks like a bison arena because the bison had all the skull motifs.
Sin. This looks like Sin.
Yeah, it does.
This is a nice piece.
Very rarely.
So we like the Sagat versus Ryu piece. We like the Akuma versus Ryu piece as well. And this is a fun version of that from a different angle.
Interesting angle.
Yeah. Because you're getting it from, like, over the shoulder of the giant, right?
Yeah.
So I always like this one. And then you get a look at Area, Pulumperna, Darun Mister, and Volcano Rosso.
The only part I don't like about this is that Bison kind of looks all fucked up and he melds into a Volcano kind of a bit.
You mean Bison that could also be Akuma?
Yeah, that's certainly too. Like, Bison's placement is just kind of weird, and then there's like another swath of red going on his left side. It's just kind of a strange area of the image, but
the height of hubris. What do you need to know? Fuck all that. This is 3.
Spelt wrong. And when I mean spelt wrong, why would you choose to like spell it out with letters 3 when if it was just the Roman numerals 3, it would have been more effective in getting people across it. Yes, this is an actual Street Fighter game, rather than just 3. It makes it seem like it's some fucking math game.
The actual case cartridge did do that.
Yeah.
But this was the marquee that you saw when you walked in, and you're like, what is everyone crowding around?
I played on this one at a movie theater once.
Yeah.
And it said 3, but I knew it was Street Fighter 3, and I looked at it and I go, man, that's stupid. why would you think that your brand it's strong, don't get me wrong, but it ain't that strong.
They really wanted to push it.
When they made Jurassic Park 2, they didn't call it The Lost World.
Yeah. No, they're like, yo.
They called it Jurassic Park 2 Lost World.
But I'll be honest, it worked the first time I saw it, because the first time I saw it, I saw a cabinet that said 3, and there was a crowd blocking the screen.
It's a good idea in theory.
So the thing that they wanted worked for me the first time, because you can't see what the game is, and it says 3, and you're like, no, is it?
If this had released after Super Street Fighter 2 and like Turbo wasn't a thing, that would be the kind of point where I think everyone would have been like, yeah. But this is all after Alpha. And when Street Fighter 3 started coming out, fighting games were taking a little bit of a, not as the boom period of the 1991 to like 1995, let's say.
Don't forget the joke, though, that Capcom can't count to 3.
Yeah, no, that's the whole thing.
So that was another part of this as well. It was like, fuck you. Second impact giant attack.
So, it wasn't the terrorists. It was Hugo that brought down the 2 towers.
Oh my god. He's actually standing on the Twin Towers. I never noticed that that's what he was standing on.
Now, Japan loves this imagery because there's almost an identical poster. I assume it's what it's going for, what it's homaging, is that there's a poster for Godzilla vs. Megalon where they're fighting, both monsters are fighting on top of the Twin Towers, right?
Ah.
But their sizes, they're bigger than the Twin Towers. But in the poster, they're standing on top of each one, fighting. Now, what's more fucked up is that there's not a single scene of that movie that takes place in New York City.
Okay.
And at least in Second Impact, there is a New York stage. You know?
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Again, a lot of high concept things going on here.
Like murder of the Air Force pilots. That Charlie's in that plane.
And of course, Hugo having his well-known love interest, Elena.
'Twas 72 frames of animation. Oh, that felled the beast.
Good one. Certainly unique. Iconic.
And it brings the idea of giant attack across.
It really does. See, I think that's what it's going for, because like posters of like, the 60s and 70s, that's that font.
Yeah.
Giant attack.
But they weren't done.
Oh no.
They really needed to bring home the fact that giants were attacking. But this time, this was in Osaka Castle in Japan. And
very kaiju-esque.
What
I must have missed that that red suited girl with the gun. I don't remember her in
Saki?
I don't remember
Saki
her
from
in
Street
Giant
Fighter.
Attack.
What are the Capcom World heroes supposed to do? Yin and Yang can only hold each other.
No, because they're supposed to be the twin fairies from Godzilla, because they're twins.
That's a thing? Yeah. I always saw them and I was like, why are they holding each other?
That's what that is, because they're twin sisters and they're the twin brothers.
Look at Sean.
Look at Necro jumping from the Osaka Castle. And look at Ken trying in vain to fucking show you Ken.
Right? And Ryu is jumping as well off the top.
Poison on his shoulder.
Poison on the shoulder, and I don't know who that is. I think it's Effie, but I'm not sure.
And I mean, we don't have time to look at it, but you see Sean, you see how kind of off Sean's drawing is?
Is that a trace of a character from Godzilla?
It's a trace of a Godzilla movie poster where there's a guy that's in that bottom left corner looking really concerned over his shoulder, looking at all this shit. And then Ibuki too, no!
Yeah. Okay, that explains
it. Oh, this is way more awesome than I knew, because I didn't... And I love how Mel is even included.
Mel's there. You got I don't know who that is.
That's one of Elena's school friends up here.
You're right.
She's one of her friends she made in Japan.
Yeah, totally. Man, they really went for it. They
went for it hard. Come on!
And then of course Street Fighter 3, W Impact. Third strike.
Nishimura at her best. This is I'm sad this didn't get used or seen more because it's fucking awesome and it actually tries. Like, so many times Capcom failed. Hey, we have a new cool character. You want to push as the main character? Nah, man. Bury him. Bury him hard. And this at least tried getting him over.
They did. Ryu still clearly on the upper hand.
Yeah.
Alex can barely handle it, but he is fighting.
He is trying. That's cool.
And that's what matters.
Love her style. It's like some of my favorite Street Fighter art.
This needs acknowledgement. Because this is my favorite piece of Third Strike art.
I'm not sure if it is my favorite, but it's definitely up there. This is one of the first shirts, like game shirts, I was like, I want to buy. Not like classically trained or like, stuff like that, but I remember just trying my hardest and I found a shirt that was just a simple black shirt with just that art in the middle. And I had that for a couple of years, and because I loved it so much. But yeah,
this to me is perfect composition. Like
everyone is there.
They're creating the diamond shape, and everything is interesting. All the poses are working, and not only is it creating the diamond shape, but the perspective is shifting.
Works.
Right, the perspective is shifting because
it's like they're in a fisheye lens.
It's a fisheye lens, exactly, right? So like Makoto and Chun-Li are leaning towards you, but they're vanishing out towards the bottom, and the action that goes upwards disappears towards the top.
How hard it must have been to like
amazing
to compose all this and be like oh well, where the fuck is 12? Like, who cares about 12? Shit, there he is, right there.
Right.
That's Necro.
Sorry, over this side.
There he goes. There, and then like, oh shit, well, I don't see Yun. Yun must not be there at all. No, hidden behind Q.
Just enough of the character to make the shape. Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
And then, of course, Sean and Ken creating this nice little shape up here.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
super cool, man.
And of course, Third Strike fucking logo.
This thing
superb
rules. Like,
what the fuck is with that hype-ass Sega logo? I've never seen it done like that.
That's true.
With the fucking gradient.
Don't see that too often.
That's awesome.
But what is there to say about the Third Strike logo except that is powerful.
Yeah.
It is shiny.
Not quite as good as Street Fighter Alpha Warrior's Dreams on the PlayStation, but I mean, what could be better than that?
I see this and I just feel hip hop.
Yeah, I get it.
The spirit of Ono.
Fish Islands. I want to make a rap video with my friends. What?
Damn fucking straight.
There it is!
So look, it's time to explain the thing we say every now and then.
We never explain it.
There's arcade operator flyers that get sent out, and all the ads are for how much money this arcade game is gonna make you.
It's publishers saying, giving art specifically to arcade operators to convince them to buy this cabinet or they upgrade to this cabinet, and they gotta use funny puns and shit
to talk about the money you're gonna make involving their games. You gotta strike up the profits with Third Strike.
Up doesn't mean anything. You want to strike it up?
Double the quarters with double impact.
Yeah.
And of course, more fighters, more moves, more profits.
Oh god,
dude! Every fucking ad is talking about profits. It's the best. And then the deluxe.
This is so specific.
Yeah, and the deluxe version of the cab,
this is
of course.
For us to know.
I fucking love it. I can't get enough.
Yeah.
How much they're pushing the profits, man. Street Fighter.
Yep.
A storied franchise.
With its penultimate chapter.
So much to say.
And
so
that concludes our look at Street Fighter box arts, perhaps.
I hope you enjoyed.
Yeah, no, that was a good time.